Let's catch all these fish again. Set the hook and reel one in. Cast away all of your fears, my friend. It's all death by hook in the end.
You're watching Death by Hook. Cast your fears away.
Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Hi, this is Robert Munoz. You're here watching Death by Hook. Today we are going to try to make our first resin mold. So I got an old silicone mold that I got from my uncle. He's had it for a really long time, and he was really excited about trying to mimic it. So let's see here. Let's see if I can bring it. So this is what the mold looks like. Obviously one cavity is damaged. This mold is like 30 years old or something. So I'm going to try to duplicate. I have already poured some original baits here to try to mimic this as cheap as possible. Silicone's pretty expensive, so I'm going to try to go the cheap way. I found some resin, which I'll show you in a minute, and we're going to try to do it with resin. So let's try to make our first mold. Okay, so today you're going to need some regular fiberglass resin. I picked this up at Walmart for like, I don't know, 12, 13 bucks or something. So you're going to need this. You're going to need a little baker's pan. I got this for like $1 at, the dollar store. And I just had like a 1 gallon bucket laying around. So I'm going to go ahead and use this 1 gallon bucket in this video. So like I said, we're going to duplicate this mold, and I already poured up the baits. So I'm going to line up our baits here one by one, and then we're going to mix our resin and we're going to pour over them. So let's see how that goes. All right, so this is what the zipper worm looks like. So we're going to try to make this a 6 cavity mold. So I'm going to glue them down. I'm going to put glue right on the back of this, and I'm going to glue it down here. And then we're going to set these baits up one at a time, and then we will mix our resin and we'll pour over it. So I'm going to come back after I glue all these down. So I'm just using some Loctite super glue, and I'm going to run it right along the bottom of the bait. And I'm just going to do that, and then I'm just going to place it right where I want it. Like that. So this is our finished product. I glued them all down with Loctite, so I'm going to make sure that the glue dries before we start mixing our resin. So I just did it, and it looks like we still got some movement. But it should be all right before we mix. So I'm going to start mixing. So basically, I'm going to use this whole thing. So there's a 2-part. This is the first part, and then there's a second part in here. I'll show you in a minute. So this is the first part, and then this is the second part component. This is the hardener. So you have to pour this in first, and then you have to mix this second. And then it takes about an hour to set up. So what we're going to do is we're going to mix it into this 1 gallon, and then we're going to pour it over these baits, and we should get our mold. So we'll be right back. Okay, so I opened this up. We're going to pour it into the fiberglass, all of it. And it says it takes about 30 minutes to an hour to cure. So now we're going to mix this all up. So we're going to mix it up nice and good so that hardener gets in everywhere. Got to mix it up real good because it's a 2-part. We want to make sure it cures out. We don't have any voids where it doesn't cure right. So I'm mixing. That should be good. Okay. So I think the trick is not to pour them directly on the baits. Okay, so we're going to pour the resin. So that's about it right there. So now we just gotta wait for this stuff to dry. But I'm gonna try to get it on a more level surface so we can get it a little bit more even. All right, we'll see you back in about an hour or two. All right, so this is what our mold looks like. Separated from the edges a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see that. We're gonna turn her over and see what it looks like. I actually waited a little bit longer. This has been 24 hours after. So let's see if we can. Okay, so this is what our mold looks like. Separated from the edges, so you want to make sure your baits aren't too close to the edges when you do this. Let me turn this thing over and let's see what it came out like. So this is what it looks like. Looks like I gotta pop these old worms out, which they still look pretty good, but they're kind of shredded a little bit. Maybe I'm just gonna throw those away because I don't want nothing to do that. Man, it looks like I'm gonna have to clean some of this up a little bit. So what you want to do is you want to pop it out. And then anything that's stuck in there, you want to pick it out with, like, you know, like a nail or something like that. Looks like it came over a little bit, so. So I'm going to clean this thing up and get back to this. All right, so this is what our mold came out like. And I took some sandpaper that I had left over and I just sanded down the edges, kind of like that. There's some rough edges that came out. So this is what our mold looks like. This is the original, which I said this side is damaged and this is our only good side left. And we will pour some of these and see how they come out. So I got a bunch of leftover sprues and leftovers. So as you can see, there's a little bit of dust inside the cavity. So I'm gonna go ahead and just shoot them and let them sit to see how they come out. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna put this in the microwave. I usually put sprues in for like about 4 minutes, a single cup. So let's see, man. Shout out to Woo Tungsten and Dead on Plastic and Bass Cave Tackle. You know, we got a little bit of time here, and I like to put awesome sauce in all my worms that I pour. This stuff is killer. It's a fish attractant, and works great. Cheater Leader is where you buy an awesome sauce. So I like using this. I like using this grease here. So it works out pretty good. But this is great stuff, man. Helps get an extra bite. Okay, so I just pulled my plastic out. I just shot it, and it's about a 322. So I think that's pretty good. you kind of want to just get it liquefied. So we're going to go ahead and pour one of the originals so we can compare, and we'll get one of the others. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this original. Okay, so that's the original. I'm using a small Pyrex cup. So that's what it looks like there. That's the original. And this is the mold we made. So we're gonna let those dry and then we'll come back and we'll see how long it takes. So be right back. Okay, so we're gonna pull this one out first. See if it's ready. So this is the original. That's what it looks like. Pretty good. Not bad. Now let's see what our cheap Walmart mold did. Ooh. So not bad. They're still warm. I tore that one, so that's not good. But they're still warm. Maybe I should let them cure out a little bit more before I pull another one out. We're gonna let them dry a little bit more. We'll be right back. Okay, let's pull these out again. Feels like they dried a little bit more. Not as warm. Just be nice and easy when you're pulling on it. It's not the same as the silicone mold. You can tell right off the back. But I mean, look at that. That's like a perfect. I mean, dude, you look at this one, you look at that one, can't tell them apart. So, yeah, you can go to Walmart, you could get some fiberglass, you could remake your baits pretty easy and pretty cost effective. That was my first time. Obviously, some of the things I learned in this video are really glue down your baits. Try not to stretch them out. Glue them down as natural as possible. And wait 24 hours before you pull the mold. And don't move the mold at all. I think in my next video, we're going to try to do the reversal. We'll use fiberglass in the silicone resin, and then we'll make 6 of those, and then we'll use silicone to make the actual mold. So thanks for watching. Robert Munoz, Death by Hook. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe, share this video.
Thank you for joining us here at Death by Hook. Please subscribe and share our videos. And if you enjoyed it, hit the like button and please leave a comment. That was Robert Munoz. Cast your fears away.
Cast away all of your fears, my friends. It's all death by hook in the end.